historical journey. The literacy of ancient Sumerians. As the new epoch dawned, Sumerian cuneiform vanished into obscurity. The language ceased to be spoken, its existence forgotten by the world. It was not until the 19th century that Sumerian script was rediscovered and deciphered. From the mid-19th century onward, influential European nations dispatched emissaries and envoys to Mesopotamia. Archaeologists, diplomats, travelers, benefactors, historians, and scholars from diverse backgrounds ventured into the sweltering desert landscapes in search of traces of the vanished civilization. Extensive archaeological excavations spanned the expanse of former Mesopotamia, encompassing approximately 9,200,000 square miles, including present-day Iraq, northeastern Syria, eastern Iran, and southern Turkey. Artifacts from antiquity piqued the interest of these pioneers. Statues, reliefs, art pieces, jewelry, and cylinder seals. Among the most prized discoveries were the written records of ancient Sumerians. These ancient Sumerian tablets found their way into the collections of museums and patrons worldwide. The legacy of this ancient civilization is scattered across Iraq, Iran, Turkey, Great Britain, France, Germany, England, the USA, and Russia. In addition to clay tablets, knowledge was imparted to posterity through cylindrical or flat seals crafted from metals, stone, or clay. These seals served as means of personal identification and validation of private property rights for the Sumerians. Of paramount interest to scholars were the inscriptions etched onto stone slabs, steels, and monuments from that era. These texts, chiseled into stone, varied in length, ranging from concise to extensive, spanning several hundred lines, extolling the prowess of the mighty kings of yore. Some chronicled the signing of peace treaties among the Sumerian city-states, while others conveyed poignant lament. The unearthed texts were painstakingly transcribed by hand by diligent seekers or replicated through imprinting from stone. Archaeologists, at times, braved perilous conditions, dangling precariously over precipices to make copies of inscriptions. Deciphering and translating these ancient texts posed a formidable challenge, demanding decades of meticulous labor from scholars. Often, fragments of a single text were scattered across disparate locations. Piecing together the complete message from the past necessitated collaboration among scholars from various nations. The script of the ancient Sumerians was cracked in the latter half of the 19th century, with the breakthrough coming from the ancient inscription on the Behistun rock near Persepolis, modern-day Iran, carved into the stone at a towering height of 330 feet. This inscription has withstood the test of time. Even Alexander the Great, in his grandeur, refrained from desecrating the inscriptions crafted by ancient Persian artisans during the reign of Darius I, despite the conflagration that engulfed ancient Persepolis. The content of the inscription on the Behistun rock is identical across 3 columns inscribed in Old Persian, Elamite, and Akkadian languages. Initially, scholars were only versed in Old Persian. Over several years, they unraveled the column inscribed in the Elamite language before finally deciphering the Akkadian column. Akkadian preceded Babylonian and belonged to the broader group of Semitic languages, which includes Hebrew, Aramaic, and Arabic. However, it emerged that all 3 of these languages, or more precisely their scripts, trace their structural origins to a wholly distinct, even more ancient language. A substantial portion of the clay tablets unearthed, particularly in southern Mesopotamia, were inscribed in a language previously unknown to scholars of the time. This language was markedly differing from Old Persian, Elamite, and Semitic tongues. In 1869, French Assyriologist Jules Appert proposed labeling this hitherto unidentified language as Sumerian, based on the deciphered title of a ruler found in inscriptions, King of Sumer and Akkad. The survival of syllabaries and, notably, Sumerian Akkadian dictionaries and phrasebooks facilitated the decipherment of the language of this ancient civilization. In 1871, Assyrian language expert Archibald says, released the initial translation of a Sumerian text. With the decoding of this ancient code and access to the language of a civilization whose twilight fell over 4 millennia ago, scholars embarked on an extensive and meticulous endeavor to translate and analyze the wealth of available information from antiquity. For the first time in human history, linguists, through the decipherment of the Sumerian language, substantiated the existence of a previously unknown people and their civilization. The majority of texts were translated during the 20th century, with this scholarly endeavor persisting into contemporary times. Translations by linguists are noted for their precision, as validated by an experiment wherein the same original cuneiform text was assigned for translation to multiple independent and esteemed specialists in Sumerian script. The resulting translations from Sumerian were akin across participants, lacking significant discrepancies or interpretations. Sumerians inscribed their texts from left to right, with tablet sizes varying from ½ an inch to 20 inch, contingent upon the volume of content. In terms of their shape, tablets were typically rectangular or square, inscribed on both sides and occasionally even along the edges. As for the phonetics of the Sumerian language, it remains elusive. With no modern counterparts, hypotheses suggest it may have been tonal due to the abundance of homonyms and signs capable of representing both syllables and entire words, their meanings varying with intonation. Translators have deciphered thousands of tablets containing text on diverse subjects, such as mathematics, astronomy, astrology, geography, biology, philosophy, and cosmogony. A portion of Sumerian clay tablets was dedicated to recording historical events. Among the most renowned historical texts is the King's List, providing an accurate chronological enumeration of Sumerian rulers and dynasties. Notably, Sumerians refrained from interpreting historical events, instead acting solely as chroniclers, abstaining from commentary on the historical past.